Alex Tardy here with Weather Echo. Here's a weather insight for you. We have quite a bit going on with a heat wave for California coming up in late May and tropical moisture. Yeah, tropical moisture, monsoon-like, coming up from the south. Let's talk about that and how that might evolve. Here's a look at the weather pattern so far for May. It's been persistent and it shows up here. So the blue is colder or unusually far south dip in the jet stream. So that's brought a lot of active severe weather, flooding from Texas into the southeast. Now, across the Pacific, look at that powerful jet stream that's been a low pressure, unusually strong in the Gulf of Alaska, and an upper level ridge or dome of hot air in the Pacific. Part of that's going to nose to the east and bring the heat wave for California. Yes, it'll come from the west off the Pacific. Now, water temperatures have also warmed up recently thanks to all the sunshine. We've only had 6 days in the May gray, only 6. Most days have been partly cloudy, and now we have average temperatures that have warmed up to above average, 68 degrees the water temperature in La Jolla, so that's warmer than normal. So what's going to bring the tropical moisture and the heat wave almost at the same time? Well, very summer-like. So the upper ridge in the Pacific is going to nose eastward, a little bit of offshore flow. It's going to leave an upper level low. So the jet stream is going to go by but leave a cutoff low southwest of San Diego. So those two will combine to initially set up the heat wave and then to draw that tropical moisture northward. So that tropical moisture could come up from remnants of a tropical cyclone near the Baja tip. It shows up in our longer range forecast here. The arrow points to tropical moisture in green and the very wet conditions over the next 2 weeks in southeastern United States. Now the heat wave shows up as well, and that's really prevalent in late May across all of California. Now, what kind of temperatures could we be expecting? Over 100 in the Central Valley of California, widespread. Southern California deserts near 110. Widespread 90s for a couple days in the inland valleys. Maybe even touching 100 in the inland empire of Southern California. So hot conditions, not as hot obviously to the coast because even with a weak offshore flow, we still have marine or that cooler 68-degree water keeping our temperature down. Now, the official outlook has indicated almost monsoon-like conditions with wetter than normal, high probability of wetter than normal in the southwest, including potentially Southern California with some showers and thunderstorms. When would that occur? May 31 through June 2nd. And how does that happen? Well, that old cutoff low underneath the high over low, as shown here, will tap into tropical moisture and even may tap into some remnants from a tropical cyclone that forms off the Baja tip. So really active weather here for rounding out late May. Thanks for tuning into Weather Echo and looking at this weather insight. Hope you find it useful. We're also posting on social media. And on Weather Echo, we have a blog that we post almost daily, so please check that out. Thanks for joining.